restaurant manager here. So just wanted to give a quick testimony or a brief story about one of our potential employees. We saw the resume, we looked at it, and we were interested in contacting the person. But when we called, we did not get the person, we got somebody else. So we just went ahead and do what we normally do in terms of inviting the person to an interview at a specific date. And then the person who answered the phone was actually the teacher for the person. So the person asked if we're aware that the candidate was deaf. And so we paused for a minute and said, okay, we don't know how we'll be able to facilitate a deaf person in a restaurant. And a thought just came and said, let's explore it for a second. Then how would we do it? And the teacher said they would act as proxy for the interview. And we said, okay, you know what, let's just set it up and see what happens. So we did that, we set it up, the candidate came, she came early as expected. We allowed her to fill out the application form as usual. She did that. She did the test that we also associate with the application process. And then we did a video call with the teacher. So I was listening to the teacher on her phone while she was signing to the teacher. It was quite a life-changing experience, I must say. We've never done anything like that, but we found that it was a new area for us as a business to reach different persons, because honestly we have never ever thought of the community. And so she came and she did the interview, she interviewed well, made her necessary notes. And so as the management team discussed the application and the fact that she's deaf, we said, you know, we don't know how we'll integrate her into the business. But coincidentally, when the interview finished and she was stepping out, there was Carl right on the register who was visiting the cafe for the very first time as well. And so there was a small connection between her and Carl. We really don't know what they were saying, but right away Carl became her reference. So like, oh, I know her and she's a good worker, and you know, and I said, you know, we just had an interview with her. We're wondering how we're going to integrate someone like her in the community. And Carl like, we can come and train you guys how to communicate and someone right away. We're like, oh, that is it. We believe that we're going to go with that. And so we said, you know what, she might be lonely, not being able to talk to anyone on her break and everything. Said, and so one of the other senior leaders said, well, I was touching base with Carl to see if there's anybody else. So okay, so we did that, but right within that time frame, one of our persons from the kitchen said that there was an emergency, they had to go back home and they had to resign. And then the opening came for another person. And so we interviewed the person, seeing that we have already set the stage as to how to do the interview with a deaf person. So we did the interview and we have selected him as well. So we have 2 deaf persons starting on Monday. Carl just came by today to show us a few things, just to say hello and different things, to say deaf and all of these things. And so we have learned some stuff. We'll be doing some homework, you know, just to make them welcome when they come in. Dle Cafe here is a natural and it's a wellness area. We consider it a hospital, and we want to know that we can cater for everybody. And so having access to this community now, we will be learning different things as to how to communicate and make the team members feel welcome and feel nurtured for. This is a place for everyone to grow. And so we are excited. You know, wish tomorrow was Monday, but we'll see what happens on Monday. And I guess we will keep the testimony going.